Yeah, so there's actually going to be two other elements. So you'll have the DL server layer. So there's specific DL servers that will be announced. So hopefully that answers the question. There's 3 DL servers series. So the DL385, if you're not familiar with that, it's the new AMD DL380, which is the most, highest volume server in the world, so to speak. Beautiful question. So today there's also a product called ClearGlass, and ClearGlass basically takes all of the compute environments. I think there's about 15 different off-premise compute environments. Azure, Google, you name it, DigitalOcean, all the different off-premise type cloud environments, and it effectively combines on-premise with off-premise into one different interface. HPE have similar tools, but it's focused more on the enterprise. This is focused more on the managing decentralization at scale with a security perspective. So you can take a workload that may be in Amazon and you can actually put it on-premise, or the opposite. You can take it on-premise and push it off. So we look at that as a hybrid. I don't know about you, but for years I've been walking around these types of events saying it's a hybrid this and hybrid that. They're a big hybrid. Where's the hybrid? This is true hybrid IT in my opinion. And but it's on-premise. Now, everything is on-premise somewhere. There is no cloud. It's a data center. It's on-premise at a different location. So that's really, we're bringing that all together. Does that make sense? That's why storage is so very key. That's why these specific systems are so material to the foundation of blockchain. Right now, again, we're doing mining with nodes based upon an algorithm that builds a block that's a waste. The algorithm is a waste, right? You still have to have the infrastructure that can take the 1, 2, 3 gig files, and in the future, you're right, it's going to exponentially grow. I would also say that, going back to the other topic, what do all of us use from a centralized standpoint? How many of us have a Facebook account in here, right? We're all uploading all of our files. I don't know about you, but I don't do much in life other than family and work, and I love taking files and uploading them. That's a really good use case of how I'm taking my files local and centralizing them. But why can't we do a system like that that's not centrally controlled, but it runs across, so a DApp, like a social, and it already exists. Go look at Diaspora. Diaspora versus Facebook, it's the exact same thing, but I can actually post on Diaspora, which is decentralized and across the masses. No one owns it, no one controls it, no one's mining my data, but I get the same features and functions and benefits. But I just need storage. So storage is the one lacking point of it. So if we can get more storage and build the proof of stake based upon space or space and time, it changes the game. It's a shift in the protocol and the way that it looks, but it actually scales better, and it'll solve the thought process or concern that you're having, which is a real concern. In my opinion, the basis of what you're asking is actually why the proof of what we currently are dealing with blockchain hit a ceiling. It's literally, you can only do so many transactions per second. You can only do so much storage. You can only do so much infrastructure because the nodes and the infrastructure aren't built at scale with an enterprise focus. That's what we're here for. That's what this is all about in this announcement. So think about, we're actually doing some pretty big pilots right now with some of the world's largest financial institutions. And imagine the data centers that they all have to basically build their backends to. And then they also have regional branch offices everywhere. What this solution does is, in effect, it takes all of their value of their regional branch offices and decentralizes all their risk and infrastructure. So we have particularly one that if you literally put a node in each office, you're doing firewall routing, intrusion detection, all the security stuff, as well as becoming a node that can actually work with all the other banks. That's another important point, is you can build private networks and public networks. So the public ones is where you'd share data with one another. The private one, like this bank, let's say Deutsche just wants to have its own private infrastructure. You could actually do that with the same technology. but you'd build your own nodes and basically building your own data center that's decentralized. And then you deploy your own apps on them. So the marketplace is also very unique because companies like that could say, I need to figure out how to get this type of an app out there to the world, but I want to do it in this unique way. They could plug it into this marketplace in this unique way. It could be published or non-published, and we have both. Or in some ways, the marketplace is actually OEM-able for their unique needs, which is a whole other conversation. You'd want to talk with the Point Next folks about that. Does that answer your question?
Well, how many boxes will I need?
One.
Just one?
One.
Simple. Yeah.
Yeah, for what you're talking about, you'd want to get, for that environment, you'd get the distributed enterprise boxes. For this one is the DL, actually it'd be the ML350. That would be the one box we'd recommend. Or if you wanted a lot more compute and density and you only had racks, you would get the DL385. So that would basically be what your selection would be. And then you'd work with the Point Next folks to go and deploy it for you. You know, do a group volume purchase. Did that answer your question more specifically? Any other questions?
So thank you very much for joining, and have a good CEBIT show.